Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as I promised from my previous video that I'm gonna share with you how I budget my Greece trip. So today is the day, and before anything else, I would just like to thank everyone who watched and shared my video, and for coworkers who came up to me and said that they liked it. Thank you all so much. So let's get this started. So first off is the visa. Since we are Philippine passport holder, we need to apply for a visa, and we applied it through VFS. So there's visa fee, the service charge, and the courier charge. The passport collection is not available anymore since they're trying to minimize the people coming to their office because of COVID, of course. So the visa cost 462 dirhams, and when you're gonna apply for a visa, you need to have your travel insurance. So our travel insurance for two, this is for two-person, Schengen covered, and it's good for the whole trip. It's 8 days, or 8 days covered. It's 194 dirhams and split into two, so it's 97 dirhams per person. Okay, and next up is the airfare ticket. So we flew with Wizz Air, and it's very cheap actually. It's a budget airline, and the first price that appears when you search through their website, it's very cheap, but it doesn't have a checked-in baggage. You have to buy a 20 kg checked-in baggage separately. So we just bought one checked-in, then we just split it with my sister. So the cost of the airfare ticket is 356.93 dirhams, and just take note because we bought an extra baggage coming back here in the UAE because we bought a lot of souvenirs and wine. So we bought an extra 10 kg baggage, and it costs it's 82.80 dirhams, and we split it into two, so it's 41.4 dirhams only. And one more tip also, it's better to buy an extra baggage in advance rather than paying the excess baggage on the spot, because it will be much more expensive. Next is the PCR. Since you need to have a negative PCR result at least 48, I mean not older than 48 hours by the time of your departure. So since we are flying with Wizz Air, they partnered with Life Diagnostics to have their guests flying with Wizz Air to have a discount. So our PCR test cost only 55 dirhams here in the UAE, but you will need also the PCR test coming back here in the UAE. In Europe, it is very expensive. It costs 60 euros, so it's around 259 dirhams. So PCR test here in the UAE, in Abu Dhabi, it's 55, and in euro it's 60 euros. Next is, I will also include this one, so at least you will have the almost the exact amount of expenses, not almost, the cost estimate anyway. So I include the taxi to the airport, so it's around 60 dirhams also. So next is our hotels. By the way, most of our hotels are booked through booking.com. I did also search in Agoda, Trivago, Hotels Combined, Hostels World, but I still ended up in booking.com because they're very much, I mean, they have a lot of options, of cheaper options. And also I'm already on a genius level, so like in my 16 countries, I've booked maybe 90% of my accommodations through booking.com. So I've already like a membership, something privilege, so I do get discount. So first hotel, it's in Iya. It's a bit expensive, so we just stayed there for one night. So it's an Angel Cave houses in Iya. The cost per night is 567, and we split it into two with my sister, so it's 283.50 dirhams. Then we transferred to Perissa. It's a hostel. It's very cheap accommodation. So for 2 nights, it's 327 and divided into two, so that's 163.50 dirhams. And in Mykonos, this is actually the only thing or the only cheapest hostel I could find through the internet. I don't know if you are watching this one and you know that there is much more cheaper. Please share them in the comment section. So in Mykonos, we stay there for 2 nights. It's 471 for the 2 nights, and it's divided into two, or with split with my sister. It's 235.50. And in Athens, it's very cheap since there's a lot of option. In Athens, it's also 2 nights. It's 175 divided 2, that's 87.50 dirhams. And then next is the ferry. So the ferry tickets, so from Santorini to Mykonos, it is quite expensive. It's 300 dirhams, but if you are going there an off season, there is like a 30 euro difference. So if you are really cutting on your budget, I guess I recommend that you go there off season. And the ferry to from Mykonos to Athens, it's 165 dirhams, or around 37 euros only. So the transportation within the island, so we make use of their bus, and the bus cost around the range would be 1.80 euros to 2.20 euros depending on the distance of where you are going. So I just counted the bus ride, so it's like around 15 bus rides in Santorini. So I can like estimated it to like 8 dirhams per bus ride times 15, so it's 120 dirhams in Santorini only. And in Mykonos, I estimated the bus ride to around 5 bus rides times 8, so that's like 40 dirhams. And the transportation in Athens, we took the 3-day tourist metro ticket. It includes the transfer to airport, and it costs 20 euro or 87 dirhams only. So the budget for the food, this is really just a rough estimate because I don't know with you guys, but for us, we eat a lot. So this is just a rough estimate, but you can actually buy a souvlaki and it's already very filling. In Santorini, it costs, it will range from like from 250 euros to like 4 euros, but in Mykonos it's very expensive. It starts like 7 euros, so there's like really a huge difference. But anyway, before going to Greece, I did budget like an expensive meal per day that will cost around 160 dirhams per person, and then just one expensive meal in Santorini, and then one expensive meal in Mykonos. So I just budgeted it for 160 dirhams. And for other food, if you want to buy to a grocery or if you want to buy ice cream, I did budget like 15 euros per day per person times 5 days, so it's like around 325 dirhams. Yeah, but I don't know, I really cannot tell how much we spent for food, because we kind of like, after eating lunch or dinner, we go for ice cream, then we go for smoothie. So it's just a rough estimate. So in Santorini and in Mykonos, we didn't go to any museum that requires entrance fees. we just really just spend it in those places. It's free spaces, just sightseeing. So the only entrance fee that we spend is in Athens. It's in Acropolis. It costs 20 euro per person, so it's around 87 dirhams only. So I think that's most of the expenses. And of course we spend for the souvenirs, and I also didn't have a cost estimate or a rough estimate of how much we spent for those souvenirs, but just to have a hint, those ref magnet, if they are very cheap in Athens, by the way. Okay, let me clear it. So in Santorini you can find those ref magnets. The cheapest, I think you can find at least 1 or 2 euros. If you can find 4, no, please skip that one and go find something at 1 to 2 euros. There will be, and buy them in those grocery stores. Don't buy them in like the shops for souvenirs. Take note of that. And also in Mykonos, this is very expensive. I think the ref magnets, the cheapest is around 3 euros. It is expensive, by the way. And in Athens, there you can find the cheapest. You can find ref magnets for 0.50 euro. It's 50 cents. Yes. And the wines we saw like 6 euros, somewhere like almost 16 euros. So yeah, just so you have a idea of how much those souvenirs are. So I guess that's it. So I kind of like total this one. It's around 3,545.33 dirhams. But actually, I think I kind of like spend an actual, I think I almost reached 4,500. I don't know where did it go. Maybe with the food. I think so. I think it's maybe with the food. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, I'm gonna put the breakdown of these expenses in the description box so you can check it out also. And yes, I think that's it for this video. If you have more questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them. I will try to answer them. So that's it for this video. I hope you like this one, and I hope you share this if you know some friends that are planning to go to Greece very soon. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.